I'm going to show you all my Fishman Loudbox Performer and everything that you can do with it, or at least that I do with it. It might be a little unorthodox, or you might raise questions about it, but this is just what I found out in the year that I've been using it. All right, so here it is. So here's the front panel of it. You got your master volume over here. It's got an auxiliary. It's got two channels with two sets of effects. So you have your gain for each channel. You have your full EQ, your low, mids, and highs, and it's got a feedback for each one of those. It's got a pad button, and that drops it down, I think 6 decibels, I think. Then a phase switch. Here is your button to turn your effects B on. And one thing I noticed about the effects is this one says effects level A, and that is for you got reverb 1, 2, you got delay and echo, and that'll change how much of that effect is in there. And this the time affects the time of that effect. Now when you go to effects B, you can't change the input of that. It is just at a set level, and whatever you get is what you get, except you can change the depth wherever you want it to have, like a deeper slap, or the way that the flanger works. I still don't really know how flanger works, but you got 2 different courses, and I'll show you guys. I'll run through all those. Then I've got a deal set up where I can actually show you. Then on the back, they do have a spot for a foot switch, which that is a channel mute, and it turns on your effects B if you want it on, if you have it set for whatever song you're doing. It's got your auxiliary output with an 1/8 inch and a 1/4 inch jack, and I'm going to show you that here in a little bit. A mixed DI out, and the mixed DI, that is for the full EQ. Whatever you set it at, that will send it to like the front of house if you're using it on stage. But your channel DI outs, that is pre-EQ. So if it's not, it's just going to send a signal from your guitar. So if you don't have if you have an EQ on your guitar, I guess that would be what it does. And then you have an effects loop for each one of those. And I also forgot it's got a 50-degree tilt, because it's got a little kickstand back there. So now it sits up. So now your control panel is basically parallel with the ground, and it sits up like that. Now I'll just do something with the voice, with the microphone. I've got a Shure V7 mic that I'm using. So now, there it is, just zeroed out, no effects on it. Then you go, you can turn your effects on, and that just changes how much reverb you have in there. There's reverb number 2. Then you got your delay and echo. Then you can change the time with how much it actually does it. And everybody knows how that works. Just turn it up and get more. And then the same with the reverb. You can really make it sound like a big hall reverb, or just bring it down. And then now I'll switch over to the guitar. One thing that I forgot to mention is the mix DI outs on the back, or just the DI outs. The mix that's going to send both your vocals and your guitar through it. And I forgot to mention, I've tried to do it before. There's these cables you can buy. It's got your XLR, and then for my phone, I got a Type C, and you can get it with a small USB or like an iPhone, and plug it straight into your phone, and it'll send the signal from the amp to your phone, and so you can record the actual sound instead of using your camera's microphone. Now the guitar I'm using is my Yamaha FGX 800C. I have the EQ on this all zeroed out, and I have everything zeroed out on the Fishman. So this is just a straight zero, nothing, no effect sound. Then we can go turn up the reverb on it. That's reverb 1. Yeah, reverb 2. turn the time up on that. And here's your delay. I still don't really know how to do delay, but then your echo. So there's that. Now I'm just going to put it on a regular delay or a reverb, and then now we're going to go to the effects B side. We'll push the button on that, and then now we're on the chorus. And then here's your chorus 2. Oh, maybe I was on 2. That was chorus 2. Here's chorus 1. And your flanger. And then you can, if you change the depth, it'll make it more. And then your slap echo. So there's all those. And now I'll set it back to normal, what I've been doing, and I'll show you what I've been talking about. Let's see here. So if you so happen to have a friend or get a little gig somewhere and you have a friend that wants to play with you, but this is all you have. Now you only have 2 channels. I've gone and I've actually played 2 guitars and microphone to this before. Or I've played my guitar through the auxiliary. So you can go to your auxiliary output. Now, if you don't have an EQ on your guitar, it ends up being, it's real bassy, or it has a lot more bass. But what you can do, yeah, so you just control your volume with the auxiliary level here. But I also play electric guitar, so if I had a friend that I want to play with me, and I'm just singing, just playing out of this in a small place, I've got this, so it's actually an amp emulator, or modular, whatever you call it. It's got like 50 different amp setups in there, but you can just take that and plug it into the auxiliary on there and control your volume with the auxiliary level there. And then now I've got my electric guitar through it. I've got the amp part off, so this is what it sounds like just straight through the auxiliary. Now if I go, I'll turn the amp part on. Oh, there you go. Now it's set. This is running through that Flama pedal. Let's turn the volume up a little bit. That's on the auxiliary level. So now you can play like that and have a friend with you. Now I'm going to switch over. I don't know if I'm going to switch over or not. Let's see here. Let's go back. Let's turn that down a little bit. Now, I'm going to go back to, I've got a looper. I think I should have, yeah. So I already recorded something on there. now we'll switch back over to my acoustic. Alright, now I'm going to play something and try to give you some vocals running through the mic, and then in the middle of it, I've got something already pre-recorded, and then in the middle of it, I'll switch back over to my electric or something and see what happens. And this is playing through the auxiliary on there, and then I'm playing straight through this. I've known some painted ladies that sparkled in the light, love girls that love the lover's moon. Some I never really knew, though I've always wanted to. And I hope they had some fun. So there's that. So if you wanted to play, if you wanted to run 2 people through this amp, you could. That's pretty much the gist of it. That's pretty much all there is. So for the price, it's a good amp, and I mean it's loud enough. You can use it as a stage monitor. The DI, now the mix out. One issue that we've had trying to use that is when you plug into the board, if the building doesn't have good ground, I'm guessing, because it's worked before. But depending on the building, if they don't have good grounds in it, when you plug your XLR into the board, it creates a hum. Like as soon as you plug it in, you can have everything turned down, but as soon as you plug it in, it goes a boom. And so that's the only thing I've figured out that I don't really like about it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.